Just when you think the drama might be over, Howie Roseman says, there's still more to come as the Eagles have the 6th pick in the NFL draft. What will they do? Will they draft a quarterback? Could they do the impossible? Could they draft another quarterback? One NFL insider thinks so. Find out what I think coming up next. Remember when you were a kid? Remember on Fridays after school, back in the day when there was a Blockbuster video or a video scene? I'm talking to the people around my age. The people that are younger are like, what is he talking about? Remember, you got a chance to rent one movie or one video game to last you the weekend. Now, this small decision was so big when you were a kid because if you got the wrong one, you were stuck with it for a weekend, stuck with playing or watching this horrible rental. Now imagine being the Philadelphia Eagles and picking the wrong draft pick. Now you're stuck for years. It's a monumental decision, and I know, look, they're apples and oranges. I get it. But the Eagles have the 6th pick in the NFL draft, and they've got a general manager that isn't good at drafting. So word around the league, word around the media is that the Eagles might actually pick a quarterback at number 6. Eagles insider Reuben Frank seems to think so as well.
How likely is it the Eagles draft a first-round quarterback?
I'm convinced they will. I'm convinced of it. I have no doubt in my mind.
How is this personnel department better or differently equipped to evaluate players for the 2021 draft?
Yeah, well, they're not, unfortunately, and they do have some good people in there. You kind of wish Dorsey was still with the franchise, but the one thing is at number 6, you're a little bit more. I hate to use the word Howie proof, but when you pick it at number 6, you have a pretty good chance of getting that pick right, even if you don't have the world's greatest scouting department. And
Reuben Frank is one of those guys that I respect. He's one of the Eagles insiders that I respect. A lot of these guys just throw stuff out there just to throw it out there. In the past, 99.9% of the stuff that he puts out there has some relevance or fact to it. So I definitely trust what he says. However, my own thoughts on this after it's been, a week since Wentz has been traded. I've been able to get my mind together. Look, the thought of a quarterback at 6 didn't bother me at first, but now that I look at the entire picture, it absolutely bothers me. I think that there's no way that the Eagles should draft a quarterback at 6. I mean, look, you just drafted Jalen Hurts in the 2nd round last year. Howie Roseman said he didn't want to miss out on another Russell Wilson when talking about Jalen Hurts. Now, I know you can look at the stats, the QBR, all that. And look, it doesn't look good in Jalen Hurts' favor for the 4 games that he played, but the eye test doesn't lie to me. The kid has the it factor. I said it in a couple videos ago talking about his leadership. I don't have to spout all that over again. You guys know it. The kid has something. Now, look, he's not the most accurate passer. He doesn't have the best arm. He has a strong arm. But this can all be worked on, as it seems like since Oklahoma, or since his last year in Alabama, he has improved every single year, and he's going to continue to improve, I believe, under a guy like Nick Sirianni, who is good with mentoring quarterbacks, and his whole staff, including their quarterback coach, who's known Jalen since he was 4 years old, knows how to make a quarterback a pro. So I think you stick with Jalen Hurts and you build around him. The Eagles, look, first off, the Eagles are a team that have so many holes that they could literally probably pick any other position, and I would feel better about that at 6 than a quarterback. Now, look, if this was a quarterback draft with a bunch of quarterbacks that are going to be full-fledged NFL starters who had such promise, maybe I wouldn't have that big a problem with it. But after Trevor Lawrence, you basically have a bunch of guys who could be great, and I say could be because you don't know. There's a lot of what-ifs and intangibles. And I ask myself, and I'm asking you, the viewer, and you can leave your comments below, as always, Are any of these guys that much better than Jalen Hurts? I mean, seriously. You look at Justin Fields. I get it. Justin Fields, 6'6". He's basically a bigger, taller, more accurate Jalen Hurts. But is he that much better to spend six overall pick in the draft for? Zach Wilson, a name that I'm hearing a lot about now is Trey Lance, another quarterback out of North Dakota. Now, look, I don't want another North Dakota State quarterback. It's too soon. It's just too soon. Plus, he hasn't played against really great competition. I've heard such outtakes as he's got Pat Mahomes type talent. Again, I don't know that much about the guy, but I'm not ready to find out. Not yet. It's such a reach to me. And then Mac Jones from Alabama. I mean, these are all names that are being thrown the Eagles' way at 6, and I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Now, look, you did this. You have to, at some point, learn from your mistakes. You have to. You drafted Jalen Hurts, and it destroyed Carson Wentz's mind. I mean, it blew his mind completely up. Look, the proof is in the pudding, okay? I know Carson Wentz hasn't always been the best quarterback, the most accurate quarterback, but when Jalen Hurts was drafted, it ruined Carson Wentz's life, all right? So, and I think that Jalen, and again, this is all opinion, but I feel like Jalen might be a little bit more mentally tough than Carson Wentz. So maybe he would be able to handle that better, but why even risk it at this point? Let's see what he's got this year. And if Jalen Hurts sucks and if he's not good and he's not the future of the franchise, then guess what? You're going to be drafting pretty high again. But the likelihood that the Eagles are going to draft 6, I mean, it just doesn't happen all the time that they get to be this high. So why not take one of these players that are going to help your offense? Look, I'm going to do a video on Kyle Pitts. From what I'm hearing, from what I'm reading, and I haven't dug deep into his tape, I mean, this kid could be a Travis Kelce type tight end. He's that good. The Eagles, look, even though that they have drafted wide receivers the past couple years, they need wide receiver help bad. You got rid of Alshon Jeffrey, who is pretty much nothing at this point. Deshaun Jackson, good for a game a year. You need wide receiver help, and you got 2 guys that are pretty damn good, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase. If they're available or they're there, how can you pass up once again on what could be a superstar wide receiver for a backup quarterback, because he's going to back up Jalen to start the year unless he outplays him in camp, which who knows what camp is even going to be at this point, who could just be a bust. I mean, literally, it could be a bust. There's such an unknown there. And look, your defense needs stuff too. Patrick Surtain could be there. I mean, the Eagles aren't going to draft a linebacker, so I'm not even going to bring that up. But there are guys there that can help. You can even pick an offensive lineman if you need to. All these guys could start, or at 6. When you pick a guy at 6, they should play game 1. They should be starting week 1, no doubt about it. And the Eagles just can't. I mean, dude, I don't want to see one of these guys to go to the Cowboys at 10 or the Giants at 11, and you're stuck with, Mac Jones, who ends up, not being too great. Could be another Aaron Murray. I don't know, but I just don't think the Eagles should take a quarterback at 6. I know a lot of you don't share that opinion. A lot of you aren't as high on Jalen Hurts as I am. I think the kid's going to win you some games. I think he's going to show something. I love his leadership. I've talked about this. And with this coaching staff, with this quarterback-friendly coaching staff, I think they're going to surprise some people. I really, really do. And let's get a weapon. Let's get just somebody that can start. How about that? Let's get a first-round pick that can play all 16 games for once. And that's all I got, guys. Leave your comments. I want to hear what you guys think. Should the Eagles take a quarterback at 6? I say hell no. Reuben Frank, who knows way more than me, says he can definitely see it. The problem is you've got the same group of people picking draft picks that picked J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Jalen Reagor last year. And again, I'm not saying Jalen Reagor's a bad pick, but where he was picked. I mean, again, we've went through this before, guys. So with that being said, I value each and every one of you. Thanks for clicking on the link, watching the video. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that like button. Share it. Subscribe if you haven't, as we try to build this community towards the 2021 season. Also, I'm doing some different things during this offseason on this channel, doing some reactions to movie trailers, maybe music videos, a lot of different things just to keep us all entertained in what is going to be a crazy, crazy offseason. Obviously, the free agent market is something that we're probably not going to deal with this year because of how mismanaged our salary is, but we'll keep an eye on that as it goes along. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay safe, stay healthy. F a quarterback at number 6. Go Birds, and I'll see you later.
Here at NBC Sports Philadelphia, and I just have a question. After what you've seen at practice, how do you think that our Eagles are going to do this year? Back to the Super Bowl or back to the basement?
You are talking to the most optimistic reporter out there, so I'm going to say back to the big game.
That's right.
It's going to start with Carson Wentz. It's going to start with that O-line.
That's right.
He's surrounded with so many new weapons this season. JJ, he has Deshaun Jackson coming back. I think our Eagles are going all the way. You heard it here first. Crystal Ridge, NBC Sports Philadelphia.
And with